Hello, welcome back to my channel. I am here to budget my third paycheck of February. Someone on a previous video made a suggestion for me to just put everything that I repeat about myself at the beginning of videos in the description box, which is a great idea, and I probably should. Alternatively, I also like the idea of just jumping straight into my budget without saying barely anything about myself, and you just have to pull up a chair and get to know me little by little over the weeks. So I haven't quite decided what I want to do, but for now, my name is Alyssa. I'm 33. I live in Tennessee for now. And I feel like that's probably all I need to say at the beginning. So let's get right into this. Pretty standard paycheck for me. This is what I make weekly. And so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go a little crazy and just do 190 towards my next month fund, and then my last paycheck of the month I will get this back up to 2,500. And then I always set aside my 350 towards my quarterly taxes. Let's skip my fun money for now. And then I also feel like it makes sense to move my car expenses under my essentials since I use that less often. But, okay, now I lost it. Okay. I do need gas, and gas prices, I've been watching them go up. Does anyone else? So, okay, I fill up just once a month. So I really shouldn't be one to talk about how gas prices are going up. But I just feel like no matter what time I fill up during the month, I just watch gas prices go up by like 30 cents by the time I need to fill up. And then once I fill up, they go back down, and then I watch them climb back up. So I usually budget 45, and I like to just fill up my tank. I run my tank down to like 15 miles left, which maybe that's bad, but I just like to feel like I just like to fill up my tank all the way and like use all the gas. I just like to feel like I got the full experience from the tank of gas and that I didn't cut its potential short, you know? Anyway, so usually I budget like $45 to fill up my tank, but I think I'm gonna throw an extra few bucks in there, go wild and call it 48. I will need to fill up next week at some point. Okay. Here's the deal. This is actually a lot in groceries for me. I did a Costco run and I stocked up on a bunch of stuff. And then Trader Joe's, I go once a month to Trader Joe's because there's not one in my city yet, although there is one coming this year, which is super exciting. But I basically only go to Trader Joe's when I go to therapy because it's like where my therapist's office is. So I stocked up on stuff, but also I got some stuff from my mom. We are addicted to the Scandinavian swimmers, the sour ones at Trader Joe's. So I picked her up a couple of bags, and then I also get the green dragon sauce because I go through like one of those a week. So I picked up 4. So this is a little bit more than I would spend normally because I don't usually go to Trader Joe's. I was just like stocking up on stuff that I can't ever get. And then I bought my mom those Scandinavian swimmers as a gift, which brings me to my next, sorry, this video is all over the place, but that brings me to my next, okay, maybe I should assign some groceries. Okay. Basically, what's happening is I just like to assign money to groceries weekly. I don't like to see a big amount in here for no reason, really. Like, I've got my grocery spending handled. Like, just because there's money in here, I don't go wild. I buy the same things, and sometimes I just end up like stocking up on stuff that I need and use anyway. It's not like I go crazy. So there's not really like too much rhyme or reason why I give myself so little for groceries every week. So I'm thinking maybe I need to just assign like $25 a week no matter what. So what's my average? Average spent. Like, yeah, that's already my average, and it's only been a couple weeks in February. But I don't know. Yeah, maybe $25 a week, and then the extra will just roll over. Because what's happening is I will be like, I'll just think about what I have in my pantry and be like, I probably won't spend more than like $15 this week. But then I do, because I like go to Trader Joe's. And then what happens is I don't have any other money elsewhere to pull from except for my fun money, which defeats the purpose of fun money. Like, it's not super fun to spend my fun money on groceries. I don't mind spending my fun money to top off like my retirement goals, because hitting this goal is super fun for me. So I don't mind pulling a little bit, not going too crazy, but pulling a little bit to fund extra into retirement. That's fun. That is what I call fun. But it's not fun to cover overspending from groceries. So I'm struggling with if I want to like create a little bit of a buffer in my grocery category, and then or if I just keep doing what I am doing now and just wait until I get paid to cover the overspending instead of covering it immediately with my fun money. I haven't decided quite yet, but maybe let's just do 25 for this week and see how that goes. And yeah, but I am happy to report that I have come out of my winter hibernation. I feel like I sounded really depressed in my last video. It was very quick because I can only record these videos at certain times. I like to just be alone in the house. I live with my parents, and I like to just be alone because you know how it is. So I had to do it quickly, like before they wake up, and then yeah, I just wanted to get it over with, do it quickly. So now that I have some free time with my parents out of the house, I can like talk to you guys a little bit more. So sorry if I sounded a little like cold and depressed last time I was recording at like 5 a.m. Okay, so all that to say, I came out of my spending hibernation because last week I think all of these were pretty much zero. And in fact, the only activity in my fun money category was me taking money away to put towards my retirement goals. So happy to report that I have spent some money this month. I bought a slip leash because I do pet sitting, and it's nice to have a slip leash for more like dogs that pull a little too hard, as like a backup, if the owner is okay with that. And then I bought some coffee. Oh, this is another thing. Sorry, I'm in a mood today. Okay, so I just realized that, I don't know, I felt like I was being very selfish with my money. Like, I was in just money hoarding mode for so long, which is good. Like, I got my finances to a very comfortable place. Like, I'm really proud of the progress that I was able to make this year. But I feel like I want to give more, and I don't. And ideally, I think I would like to eventually add a category into my essentials group for like a charity. I haven't decided what that would be, but even if it's like $25 a month, I just feel like I want to start sharing and giving more. And so also with this fun money, so I include giving in my fun money. And the fact that I have been giving myself this allowance holding category up here and then dispersing as I spend it, like these are just leftover amounts that, like when I first gave myself this holding category, these were leftover amounts in these categories, but normally they're just going to be zeroed out like this until I spend them. But I realized like it's been giving, I really, really enjoy having this holding category that, this money has a job to fulfill this fulfillment group for me. And I feel so free. Like I have over $100. Well, and let's go ahead and give me my 75. So I have $179 that I can spend on whatever I want. And for whatever reason, just psychologically, it just feels so much better to, if I want to go out to eat, like I could spend $80 there if I want to and just assign it to here instead of like assigning myself, like before I was giving myself $20 a week to go to Taco Tuesday with my mom. And it's just given me so much more flexibility, like so much more permission to just spend my fun money however I want without having to like roll with the punches from, even if it's from other fun money. It's just nice to have this like kind of uncategorized money. And so all that to say, like I went to coffee with my mom, and I have in my mind, like, I have all this money that I've given myself permission to spend already. And so I bought her coffee, and then I brought us a little, oops, I clicked on that, but I bought us a little like cinnamon bread to share. And I don't know, I want to do more. I want to just be more generous with my money. And I'm just realizing that this holding category is like, it's really changing my life. Like, I'm really excited about it. I really like that it just gives me that permission to do that. I don't look, and be like, oh, I only have $200 in my gift category. Well, that's a bad example because that's a lot of money. But you know what I mean? Like, I don't have to look at a specific category to see if I have enough. I just know that I have all of this that I can, like, guilt-free money that I can spend however I want. But I don't necessarily want to cover groceries. Okay, this video is becoming a thing, but that's kind of what has been going on in my mind lately. So, as far as my like overspending in groceries dilemma, I think what I'm going to do is kind of combine those couple ideas that I threw out. Like, just give myself $25 a week no matter what. Some weeks I'll spend more, some less. And then if I overspend, maybe I was thinking maybe I could like cover it with my fun money, but then reimburse my fun money when my next paycheck comes in. But that just sounds like extra work. Maybe I should just let it be overspent until my money comes in. And then I thought about having like an essentials holding category, or like maybe putting an extra buffer in household to kind of like roll with the punches with if I overspend on groceries. But I don't know. I don't want too much extra money floating around in my budget. But yeah, I think I'm just going to kind of do that. Like, give myself the $25 and cover the overspending later. And I already did a lot of my stocking up this month, so in theory, $25 for the next 2 weeks should get me a little bit of a buffer in this category. We'll see. We'll see how it feels. Oh, and then an update on my credit card. Oh, I do need to do 50 towards this goal. Oh, you know what? Let's do... Actually, I do actually need some household stuff. Yeah, we'll just do that, and then we can put an even number into my retirement. Okay, great. So, update on my credit card. I mentioned last week that I'm using this credit card. I'm leveraging the 0% interest period that is up in June, I think, but I want to pay it off like well before then, to make sure that I don't get any like backdated interest added. I just don't want to mess around with that. That would be like, probably a few grand that I would owe. So I don't want to mess with that. So I'm paying this off. I'm going to be doing like minimum $500 a week towards this credit card. And in theory, my monthly expenses are usually like $1,000-ish a month. So in theory, if I'm doing $500 a week, that should knock this balance down by like close to $1,000 every month. and I can just kind of reassess as the months go by. But so I kind of mentioned that my credit score was going down a little bit too much for comfort. But like I still have a good credit score. It's 755 right now, but I'm used to having like an 805 credit score. And like there's really no reason for me to have an excellent credit score right now. I'm not trying to buy a house or anything, and 755 is still really good to get an apartment. It's just like, I don't know. I just I just want my credit score to go back up. It just feels bad for it to be dropping so much just because this was so much of my credit card utilization. However, I saw I check periodically if I'm eligible to request a credit limit increase, and I noticed that I was available to do so on my Chase Sapphire Preferred card. So this one was at like $9,000 limit, and I requested a credit limit increase, and they increased it to like $21,000. So that should help boost my credit score a little bit, and I'm still going to be paying this down because it needs to be paid down in the next few months anyway, but that should help my credit score like feel a little bit better during this time. But yeah. Oh, also, side note. Oh, yeah, I wanted to talk a little bit more about like what I bought. So I got the Slip Leash coffee. And then I have become absolutely obsessed with Boy Genius. I just discovered this band like 2 weeks ago, and I'm obsessed. So obsessed that I bought a shirt, a hoodie, and 3 vinyl records, and I don't even have a record player. Their music, like, I need to listen to it on a record player. And my brother, who lives in Bend, Oregon, who I am visiting for the entire month of April, he has a record player, and I am going to figure out how to travel safely with my vinyl records and be able to go listen to these records on a record player at his home in Bend, Oregon. I'm super excited for that. And then also it was like $190, but then my birthday is actually in April as well. So my mom was like, well, how about I buy you the hoodie and one of the records for your birthday present? So we did that. So that knocked off $75 from the total order. But yeah, so I've been spending like a little bit more fun money this month. And it feels good. It feels good. Anyway, I've rambled long enough. I hope you guys have an amazing week and an amazing weekend and an amazing month. And I look forward to seeing each and every one of you in my next video. Okay, bye.